got.
Welcome to the Orlando Lions Den Podcast, your number one Orlando City podcast. For the fans, by the fans. For the fans, by the fans. Keeping you in the know on all things Orlando City since 2018.
Yo, what is up, everyone, and welcome into another lovely and exciting and surely totally happy version of the Orlando
Totally
Lions Den
optimistic.
podcast. Yeah, I feel awesome about everything that's going on in our worlds currently. Speaking of that, Mr. Numero Trace, our bilingual poppy's just coming in. Number 3. Dude, aren't you excited to talk about all the optimistic and happy things we got going on right now as a team?
Actually, you know what? Hold that thought, and I'll be right back because I gotta go put on all black for this funeral that's coming up.
Oh man, he texted me. He's like, "I think I'm going to be running a little bit behind. I'll be right there." And then for that to be his opening words,
On time and just
beautiful,
perfect.
perfect, chef's kiss. No notes. 10 out of 10. I love it. But yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Zach's already yelling at you to take off the Chicago hat. I got yelled at last week by Cleon for wearing my Giants hat. He got mad at me, so I'm wearing the plotting you today.
I'm wearing the Chicago hat. They've brought me more joy. We were talking before the pod. They've brought me more joy in the last month than Orlando City has. I've got the hoodie. I'm wearing the hat.
Do you think Caleb hits 4,000?
Yeah,
oh, you've got the collar?
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever seen you wear a collared shirt, Cleon.
You have it.
Is this the shirt you wear when you go to work once every 3 months?
No, this is my shirt I keep in my closet when someone dies.
This is specifically the funeral shirt.
Exactly what it is.
You were able to find it quick. I wouldn't be able to find my funeral shirt that quickly.
Yeah, it's hung right up.
Next to the iron, because that's the only time I'm using the iron.
I can tell you right now, I don't even know what part of this, what segment we in.
You came in just as we started.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about nothing yet. That was just a perfect response. So, way to begin this thing. So,
dead in the water.
Right. So, we'll go ahead and start then. Ryder, how you doing, man?
Appropriate hat too, Ryder, because that's exactly where our funeral is. In Chicago.
In Chicago. That's why the hat was a bad call.
Well, the funniest. Oh, I didn't even think about that. The funniest thing
technically
is,
it's in Bridgeview, I guess.
Yeah, it's in Bridgeview at SeatGeek Stadium because God forbid they get to play at their home field for a playoff game, or play-in game, whatever. I'm good. The Chicago Bears are making me happy. Orlando is not. I'm sad for Seattle Mariners fans, and you're not.
I don't give a crap about none of them. So
I'm just sad that they didn't get to be the ones to at least try and dethrone the Dodgers. Sorry, Daryl, but
no, I said this in our group chat immediately after. I'm like, I think that just with the way that, and I promise, guys, I'm not trying to make this a political kind of thing. Just the state of things in America right now, the funniest outcome would be that the winner of the World Series, America's pastime, would be from Canada. So that's why go Blue Jays.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. We got Cleon. Snack time with Cleon. How you doing, man? What you munching on? You got some popcorn chicken over there? What's going on? There's a chicken nuggets.
Hey, look at Don't be stereotyping me thinking I'm eating chicken. That I'm eating chicken just because you see me munching like this.
No, I just know you got Dominic Mysterio's favorite is what I just assumed. It looks like we got wings instead of tendies. That's the only difference.
That's a man of culture right there.
Is it?
Are you a flats or a drumstick kind of guy, Clam?
Flats.
Flats always.
Good.
Flats only.
Yeah,
I'll leave
definitely.
the drum. I'll leave the drum when I run out. But if you can give me flats only, I'm taking that all day.
Yeah, if I can go and say specifically, like, if you can give me all flats, I will 100% do it.
Wingstop with that option, just mwah.
I mean, you could do so much better than Wingstop, respectfully.
That's all we got down here. There's the B-dubs closed. And
Anyway, let's get to this funeral.
All right. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and say shout outs to Hourglass Brewing. No Manga, No Party, 2 years in a row. We appreciate you. Looks like the third year in a row might also be a loss, depending on how things are going. At Chad McGibbon, if you're looking to buy a house in the Central Florida area, Chad McGibbon's got you covered. QR code on the screen or at Chad McGibbon on Twitter. And if you're looking to buy that house, finance that house, Leo Gonzalez with the Epic Mortgage Team, powered by you. Mortgage 407-844-7696. If you're trying to mortgage, refi, whatever it may be, Leo is the man. And last but certainly not least, our man Eddie with Comparion Insurance. Home insurance, boat insurance, renter's insurance, pet insurance. Eddie has you covered. If you can't use the QR code on the screen, just shoot us a DM at the podcast. We will get you connected with Eddie. I've gotten damn good at that.
you did it so quickly, Cleon's not back yet.
Apologies for my cough as well, folks. I just got done with my vacation in Vegas, so I didn't get to initially watch this crap show of a game because I was busy partying, gambling, and losing money, but not all my money, which is important to note. But we had a terrible loss in Toronto. Final score 4-2. As I recall, we go down initially. We go down 2 goals to none. I believe it was actually 3-0, and then Bracalo got us one. Then it finishes 4-2. Duncan gets the last one, and I'm just going to go ahead and come right out and say it. This is going to be my stock down as well, but I need to get on my soapbox here for a second, and then I'll let you guys react. If anyone thinks we should re-sign Pedro Gallese, they are crazy. Like, I know that our defense has been banged up. I know that our defense has been injured. He's the second highest paid goalkeeper in the league. And looking at what he's done, that free kick goal, inexcusable for him to just shimmy across and not even try and dive at it. The third goal that was allowed, very terribly weak shot. And for him to just soft leg it, like, you're one of the best goalkeepers in the league. You're one of the most respected goalkeepers in the league. You're getting paid one of the highest dollar amounts in the league for someone at your position. I can't be sitting here and expecting us to re-sign him for anything less than a vet, a vet contract at this point, if we were to bring him back. I just think it's such a liability. It is a misuse of team assets, which is something that I have always been strong for. The amount of times that you go ahead and see teams that survive and make the playoffs and go on huge runs, like, I don't know, Patrick Schulte in net for Columbus, or Roman Celentano in net for Cincinnati. We look at these guys. Those are the kind of players that you can win championships with. You don't need to spend big on a Pedro Gallese, or even St. Louis making Roman Berkey a DP for another year in a row. So that's my biggest takeaway from this game. The entire team was terrible. Midfield was awful. Pedro and Rodrigo Schlegel had terrible games. Atuesta has seemingly fallen off a cliff with Kyle Smith as his partner the past couple games. But my biggest takeaway is that it is a liability to try and keep Pedro Gallese as a starting goalkeeper this team past this year. And I'll pass it off to you guys to discuss, get off my soapbox, and see what you guys think about that.
Defensively, it's inexcusable. Seeing Pedro it's not that he doesn't have the skill. He just, it almost looks like he doesn't care at this point. And he's making, you're talking about he's one of the highest paid goalkeepers. He's not playing up to what we're paying him. And at this point, it makes no sense to put that capital towards our defense, especially considering we've got not even in goal, we've got a number of aging players. I mean, look at Janssen. He's getting up there in years. We might not see him again. And we got to put those dollars somewhere else. And I think he's going to be one of those things that, unless, like you said, if he gets a veteran minimum, yeah, he can stay. But $1 $1.03, he needs to go. And it's not that we don't love him. It's just that we need to put that money somewhere else, especially considering how the league is evolving and how other clubs are spending their money and how we're looking. Because not to be whatever, we can score goals all day, but we're allowing just as many, if not more. Like we were talking before about, offensive stats look great. It's the most goals we've scored, I think, ever. But we're also letting in a lot of goals, especially on easy free kicks. Like that free kick second goal was abysmal.
Yeah. What do you think, Leon?
Yeah, for me, as far as Pedro and his contract goes, I mean, what is he, second highest paid?
Yeah.
I mean, he's never been the second best goalkeeper in the league.
I mean, there are shooters that would say that he is.
Yeah, well, the facts say otherwise. But I mean, he's never really been the second really top 4 maybe in his best year here. Which in all said is good, right? And I'm not naive. I understand how contracts work. He's got a really high contract compared to everyone else because he's one of the newest signed goalkeepers. A lot of times whoever signs last is the one that's got one of the highest contracts just because, inflation or whatever. But it's like you said, if we don't have so much gam or just whatever the difference is in between Miami being able to spend whatever they want and us not being able to, whatever it is that we're missing outside of Messi that allows them to use so much resources on and throw $20 million here, 15 over here, 8 over there, 10 over here. If that was the case for us, fine, whatever. If he's getting paid a lot of money, I don't care. But if we don't have those type of resources or the allowance to be able to circumvent the cap, for lack of a better term, then we shouldn't be using so much in an area to where historically you don't have to pay so much to get good production. So this is for me, Pedro. Last year in the beginning, Pedro looked so terrible, right? This year, I didn't really see that Pedro until really this game. Honestly, for me, like he hasn't been the best, but he wasn't like how he was last year at the beginning, where he was literally costing us games. At the beginning of last season. For me, a lot of these guys are just I've been saying it every time I'm on here at this point. They're done. The season ended for them already. And it's like they're just going through the motions. So I expect absolutely nothing less but to go to Chicago and come right back home. Because it's easy to lay down on the road. And these are guys that have been laying down ever since Leagues Cup. And the easiest place to end your season is on the road. Because your home fans aren't there. You don't have to face them. And then you just go into your off season. You know what I mean? You don't have to fight. Because, it's like, people don't want to do dirt right in front of their significant others, which that's what we are for players. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I can't see it, man.
Can I give you
our season right now? I can tell you right now.
Can I give you an incredibly disgusting stat that's going to make both of you very mad?
Oh boy.
As long as it doesn't involve fake assists, yes.
Yeah, it does not. It does not involve fake. I know that. Well, that was already going to make you very mad. Since we let him leave, Ramiro Enriquez played in 5 games over in Saudi Arabia. In the last 4 games, he has scored, and they have won all 4 of their games for a team that no one had heard of until we sent him over there.
Can I just say something? I
Sure.
was on vacation when that happened. I have not commented on that. I'm going to not curse. That was really, really freaking dumb. Letting him go, leaving the upfront striker position so dire that we basically have our two good players at that position basically playing every game, and both of them have dropped off. Like, I know Duncan scored towards the end, but like, that was against tired legs. That was against a defense that was basically already celebrating and wanted to go to Cancun because, I mean, where do Toronto players want to go? Cancun? I don't know.
I mean, not Italy anymore, probably. They don't want to run into their old teammates. So
Wow.
That's
well, that was a good one.
That's a deep cut. I love it. That was
they
good.
bought it. They bought out Insigne and Bernardeschi. I feel like they don't want to go see those guys anymore.
It just watching how much we have fallen off even since he left and how hard it is for us to score. He was a big piece to this team. Selling him was freaking stupid. And that stat just makes me want to cry because I loved Ramiro and he was a part of this team and we just let him go because maybe it was good business, but it's not like Luis Muriel is going to stick around after this season, and it's not like he's going to do good in the playoffs against Chicago. With one foot out.
Yeah, I was about to say if he got another year, if he got another guaranteed year left, he's like.
I was going to say contractually he's obligated to play next year, so
because that man's contract years is basically like Bucky over 2.5 receptions. That's free money.
Guaranteed.
Every week. Guaranteed. It's free money. So maybe he's there next year.
I mean, I still think he gets bought out.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. Bought out or sold for a song. I still think that we're going to clean house, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, we will talk about that, especially with Daniel's question. Daniel, we'll get that to that a little bit later because I think we're going to have a couple things to say about that one comment in particular that you're mentioning. So we'll get back to that. But I mean, outside of that, like I said, there's. Do you have any positive takeaways from this game? Because I feel like there's not a thing that you can look at that gets you like. I went back and took a look at our preseason predictions just because it's, we made it to the end of the season, so I might as well take a look at it. I don't like when I'm close to being right because I said I thought we were going to finish 8th, and Ryder, you said we would finish 7th or 8th in the table in the East. And I said that thinking, for me, there's a lot of changes that happened with losing Facundo Torres, where the goal is going to come from. We're not sure. We don't know that we have someone who's going to be healthy that could score goals the whole time. Then obviously we were all kind of proven wrong when it comes to that. Like goals were everywhere, but finishing 8th on 53 points or finishing 9th on 53 points, first off, is crazy. And it shows how competitive the East has been. But it's just such a gut punch of the season for at least for me to and realistically Ryder for you too, because Cleon, I have your answer written down here when I asked where you think we finish, and you said what was it? It's right here.
I feel like we should have been 3rd.
You said, I don't know, bro. It took me a second to find
that's
that.
Just a hands in the air emoji.
Checks out.
Yeah, that was your exact.
34 matches, it checks out, bro. I don't know.
But it for me, it's the disappoint. I was going into the season like you were saying, Mike. Where are the goals going to come from? Facundo's leaving. Luis hadn't produced, and he had a run of form this season. Duncan was going to be hurt for a little bit. Where were the goals going to come from? And Pasalic, he filled that void for the most part, but the defense,
he filled it better, honestly. Just anyways, continue.
Yeah, I
because all his goals were non-penalty kicks too.
That's a good shout.
Important to note.
And
penalty kick goals were a big part of Facundo Torres' numbers.
He filled in, but the defense regressed on a galactic scale, especially towards the back half of this season. We're Leagues Cup disappointment. Daniel's talking about that, that is the crux of this. We pursued the wrong thing. We didn't get the points we needed to get in a even decent position for the playoffs and to get one chance at a trophy or a CCC spot. And not to be whatever, but if we walk out of the season with a trophy, it'll be an act of God, because at this
Pretty
point,
much. Yeah.
I don't see it.
No, act of God is a good way to put it. We're going to go to stock up, stock down. This isn't meant to be the post-mortem on the season, but I just want you to guys to laugh at this. Martin Ojeda goals plus assists are over under was set at 13. I just think that's funny in retrospect to the kind of year that he had. So stock up, stock down. My stock up is to no one. My stock down is to everyone. No, my stock down is to Pedro. Stock down to Pedro.
2 more times.
I don't know if anyone in the chat has any specific stock up, stock down they like to go ahead and shout out.
I'm gonna
also Danny comment or Donnie here with a comment to writer's comment. A trophy. Wow, bet that now to win money. Yeah, no fooling. I don't even want to know what the odds are for us to win.
I could put $1 and win a whole lot. I'm sure the odds have to be just astronomical.
And then Victor asking here, if we were to win, we get Philadelphia, the supporter shield winners. So yay us. Go ahead. Sorry.
You know what though? Low key, they scare me less than playing some other teams with the way we play. But right now, I mean, we're not beating anybody, so it don't matter. So this question is just hypothetical because we ain't making no playoffs. And no, we didn't make it already because
we are not currently in the playoffs. We are in the play-in.
We didn't even finish 8th, which is the real playoff spot. So we're not even in the fake playoff right now.
Is this the playoff equivalent of secondary assists?
That's why I put this in here. That image of playoffs. I made that.
I just want to win a game.
I made that the image for this is because of the fact that it had to be there.
I'll give one shout to Pasalic for just scoring, even though we were down 3-0, but that's about it. Plus 4,000. Good Lord.
I feel great about getting it where I ended up getting it, which I think was at I think it was like, I don't remember what I took it at, but I'll always bet on us at the beginning of the season to win something. It's my yearly donation. Minor up for Duncan for at least putting the ball in the net, hoping that gets him going for tomorrow. I mean, would love to see it. Another stock up dunk, need him to score goals. You know, if there'll be anything in the playoffs if we get there. We're not there yet. Give a stock up to Spicer. He's the real deal. Get him on the field more often. Well, I mean, would love to see that.
He's one of the few upsides to the second half this season.
Yeah, for sure. And it wasn't that's correct. It was not Pasalic who scored. Daniel's saying it was Bracalo and Duncan who scored.
Oh, it was Bracalo.
But
so I'm giving
there was
they don't even belong.
Yeah, so there was a couple moments there where it was, close, but I mean, that's the thing is this is the shame is that there's really not a whole lot of positives to say about anything. And before you go into a do or die game, that's exactly what you want, right?
Hey, look here. This ain't do or die, man. Let's get.
It's just die. It's just die.
It's just. Are we dying with a closed casket or open casket?
I mean,
that's the only thing up for debate right now.
I mean, the casket. If the casket was today, it would be closed because we got mauled in Toronto.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Are we going to lose 1-0, or are we about to lose?
Are we getting swords?
Okay. There's only one way to go. You gotta break out the sword. Because yes, I brought my sword out.
Why do you? I really want to ask. Why do you even own that?
Why
just breaking out swords? Okay.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Cleon, do you not own a sword?
I promise you, I don't own a sword.
I mean, If given an
I mean-
opportunity to
I mean,
buy a
complete
badass
disbelief
sword, would
right
you
now.
not buy a badass sword to have in your house?
I was about to say, why in the hell does Mike own a sword? And then here comes Ryder. They both. What are the odds of that? 2 out of 3.
What's the common denominator, Clown?
I was gonna say he's white.
Mm-mm. Yeah, let's move on. past this.
play the Tom Hanks clip.
Told you.
He's white.
That's crazy.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. Appreciate you, buddy. Zach, you got a sword at home? You might not because of the kid, but like you probably did at one point.
Oh, that man has a sword for sure.
All right. Speaking of swords, let's talk about Croatia. So the rumor that's popping up is that now Marko Pasalic might be on the move at the end of the season. The rumor that has basically popped up is that the team most linked to him is Borussia Mönchengladbach in Germany in the Bundesliga is interested in Mönchengladbach. Yeah, you can go ahead and first we're talking about swords, whites, now we're talking about Mönchengladbach. Oh man, this man's losing it.
Oh my god!
Not to mention, and then there's 2 other teams: Bologna in Italy and Feyenoord in Holland, also interested in him. And the rumor basically has said is he would welcome a move back to Europe. He would like that move. Essentially, I wouldn't be surprised personally if it's one of those things where, head of the World Cup, the Croatia team's like, well, yeah, we want you playing against better competition, kind of thing, But Daniel asked this question earlier. I said we'd get back to it. How much do you think, quote unquote, players giving up or rumored players wanting to leave can be attributed to things that they think are rigged or and that we can't really win things, i.e., after Leagues Cup disappointment, seeing certain teams get preferential treatment makes them think that they can't win much here anyways, is what he said. There's a little typo in there. So my thing is, personally, the thing that I don't think anything's necessarily rigged. I can't look at any of our games in particularly and say that I felt that they were rigged for us to lose them. Yeah, we hate Miami and Miami sucks.
I don't know. That Leagues Cup, that Miami Leagues Cup.
That's Leagues Cup. In league play, we've actually had a good run of form with the refs, which is a weird sentence to come out of my mouth.
In league slate, no, I don't recall anything. But that Leagues Cup, Miami, whew, that's highly questionable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Leagues Cup's fair. I'll have to go back maybe and revisit it because my brain's not working just because it's mostly fueled on rage right now. But
I would say this: there's for me, I can't see professional athletes. You've been playing your whole life, laying down like that. Like you have to have the weakest type of mentality to lay down collectively as a whole team as well. One little weak punk in the group, maybe, but a whole team collectively just lay down because they got robbed or they felt they got robbed in the game. Like for me, I can't see that from professional athletes.
No,
because you got to be tougher than that just to even get to where you're at. And so to lay down on something like that, like for me, it's crazy. But they do have a history of they stop playing hard after these comps. Because for me, this goes straight back to the only difference is we won that competition, and that's the Open Cup because we did the same thing after the Open Cup. We won it, and I know this is a lot of different players now, but we did the same thing after the Open Cup. It's like we just mailed in the rest of the season after we won.
Yeah. The match after the league match after the Open Cup looked like a hangover match. Like it was,
and the rest of the season went right along with it.
Yeah, and I would argue even as well that to me, like, and I think you guys would agree this because Donnie agrees with your point here as well, saying pros wouldn't do that. I don't think it looks like they've given up. I think it looks like they are defeated. I feel like that's a distinct.
To me,
to me, it is a difference, but like at the same time, I'm just not sure what else we can do. Like, I don't know what motivation changes it because they have the same voice that's been speaking to them for the last little bit. I don't see what changes,
changing the voice.
Well,
I'm not going to say it, but like,
yeah,
That's what some people will argue, and I don't think that's necessarily what we need. But some of not necessarily the voices on the touchline, but the voices like Janssen has not been the best captain. Like I've said it from the beginning. I didn't think he should have been captain, and he's a leader that if we could have gotten him out there and encouraging players to get up when we're down, that's great. But he hasn't done that, and if anything, he's been detrimental to some
I
of.
was about to say he's one of the culprits.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
He's
kinda
one of
hard
the
to be.
culprits, and he's not a young man anymore either. He's
No,
just
what I was going to say, what game was it recently where he'd rather go ahead and give up a goal than clear the ball with his right foot? Was that Vancouver, or was that no? It wasn't Vancouver. It was, I think, 2 games before that. But just something
it's like
ridiculous.
John Lester not wanting to
Nailed that
throw
one
the
in too.
first.
Bro, we've been getting such bad beats lately. It's like it made me forget how much that Vancouver one pissed me off too.
Yeah,
It's just like we just do it week after week now.
we got dominated by Canada this year when you think about it, because I think we also only got 1 point off of Montreal. Like, if I unless I'm forgetting something.
Bro, didn't we lose a game to freaking Atlanta?
Well, we did, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
We did. That was the game that started the downward spiral before Leagues Cup. Like, Leagues Cup finished it, but like, because that was the up 2-1 Cesar red card, lose 3-2. So yeah,
He's another one that's going to be gone for sure.
yeah. I mean, the positive is, if we want to find a positive, going into talking about this game, because we don't have a lot. The passive stuff, realistically, I'll actually hold on. I'll put a bow on that. The passive stuff, if it happens, it happens. It's
not even gonna. I went off about the Enrique stuff earlier. Like, Marco just came in, he filled a hole, and he did a great job at taking over for Facundo.
he overfilled the hole, if you ask me.
Pause.
Oh, that wasn't even. That's y'all, man. That ain't even. I wasn't even thinking like that.
I mean,
But
sorry,
he's
mentally I'm 12.
The moment I said it, anyway. If he leaves, it's going to be for reasons that he needs, and he's getting more attention, and it's a World Cup year. So if we sell him on and it ends up being good business, it is what it is, and we'll just replace him again. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think the replacement will be on this podcast again in January or February saying, "Oh, who's going to fill his spot now? Where are those goals going to come from?" But that's a tale as old as time. It is what it is. You just got to move on. You have to accept the fact that some of these players are going to move on, and this is a volatile league, and we're a volatile team right now. So
Yeah, but it's like, why can't the sucky ones want to move on? Like, why Angulo don't want out? You know what I mean?
I think I had an
he wants
interaction.
a paycheck.
Why is always the ones we want to stay that have to be going somewhere?
I had an interaction with Derek on Twitter where he said that the Mönchengladbach scouts suck. They're not even looking at the best player. They should be looking at Angulo. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, this from Daniel is good. Positive thing is lots of roster.
Why Muriel
roster
for a move?
Lots of turnover, ownership wanting to pay players now. I mean, that's the rumor of Richarlison. That's not going to be something that would come cheap. End of the day, if you ask me, I want Paslic to stay. I don't want to move him. I'm very much adopting the Cleon perspective on this one. With the kids that we come up through our academy, I'm a little bit more like understanding of them wanting to move on. The guy in his mid-20s that we brought in, that's the guy I want to be here for life. The guy that's going to be entering his prime and playing the best that he can play. That's what I'd prefer. So I don't want to see him go. I said online, I think, his numbers are similar to Facundo Torres, and he's, about the same age. Some people say, okay, cool, Facundo Torres like fee. I see probably 8 to 12 million if we were to do it. which means that, that's potentially GAM. But at the same time, you're also capped at only getting 3 million GAM per year based off of sales. So who knows what happens, if anything. Donnie 100% good with say is our leaving. He's a one-trick pony who is just looking to get fouled. When he goes to the ball. Yeah, so especially when those fouls don't work, they don't get called. Those are the most frustrating ones. So,
but who is Messi gonna fight with in the few matches he plays against us?
we'll have to find somebody. I'm sure we can. So he doesn't like the French guy as long as he's healthy again. So shout out Gervais, rookie of the year. So all right. So speaking of those names, that's a good segue to go back in. So the play-in game, remember, we're not in the playoffs yet. This is a pod that firmly believes this does not count as a playoff berth. It is not a playoff berth until you win this game. Even though the team account would lead you to believe otherwise. But it's been seen that apparently Robin Janssen and Cesar Araujo are in training. A little bit on the side, but allegedly did come in for team drills as well. That's a good sign if they're healthy enough to play, because realistically, that's 100% what's getting trotted out. If they're healthy enough to play, Cesar, Atuesta, Janssen, Bracalo, Schlegel, that's going to be the core of the team there. So we'll see what happens. I can see those being the players on the field. But what are your guys' thoughts going into this game outside of Cleon thinking that, put us out of our misery?
Oh, we're already out of our misery.
I unfortunately think that we're going to pull this off. I don't think it's going to be pretty.
Oh, God, you're phrasing. I unfortunately think we're going to win.
This thing goes to Vegas and comes back. Lord have mercy.
No, but here's the thing. I'm wearing the Bears hat. Sorry, Zach. I watched the Cubs play through a good series against the Brewers and then lose in Game 5. And then I watched the Brewers get their doors blown off by the Dodgers in historic fashion. They were a sacrificial lamb. And I looked at my wife and said, and said, I'm happy the Cubs lost because that would have been painful to watch. But I still somehow think we're going to pull this off and torture the fan base for another couple weeks because that's just what we do. We give hope where it shouldn't be. So I'm going to say this is going to be a 2-1 win, and we go on and play Philly for all 3 matches.
What do you think, Leon?
Trounce and we're out of here. See you in Cancun.
I just want to add, that's another player. Get him out of here. Did not work.
Don't even say his name. Like
he was in a. I'm not saying his name. It's on the screen. He was an attempted Band-Aid, and sometimes it's you put a Band-Aid on, and it's not the one that's meant to go in the water, and then you have to take a shower, and then you lost the Band-Aid. So that's what he is. He's a Band-Aid, but it was a Band-Aid for the wrong situation.
He's Scotch tape in World War II.
I don't know what that means, and I'm not going to ask questions about it. So don't put Kyle in a CDM when DDT is available and has one leg to stand on. Yeah, I mean, everything's pretty bad. I want to go. I want to sit here and say, yeah, no, we're going to win, and it's going to propel us on a run to be able to get all the way to MLS Cup. But I can't sit here in good conscience and tell you anything that I have seen from this team over the last 2 months suggests that is even remotely possible. So, Orlando City at this point is Old Yeller, and we know how that ends. So we're going to get taken out back at some point,
Taken out to Bridgeview.
Yep. Taken out to Bridgeview. And see you later.
Anybody taking this out back? I'm telling you, if this is Old Yeller just went into the house, went into the old man's rifle case, and brought. Oh
no! I thought you were going to go a different direction. Okay, good.
Yikes.
Rhymes with Mert Mobain, you know. This has been a terrible one.
Yeah. Not by fault of me.
Yeah, no, I'll bring the sword back. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Why? Why?
Because I saw a sword and I had adult money. I thought it was sick and I bought a sword.
I was given this when I was like 16. So
Okay, no, I bought mine when I was in my 30s, so never mind. I don't have an excuse. Cleon, since you don't like our swords, you can lead us in shout outs. What you got for me this week, my man?
I want to shout out my shout out last week. I'm no fortune teller. I'm no future teller. I don't have a crystal ball. But one thing I can promise you is that Adrian's going to lose a game. And boy, did Adrian lose a game this week. Just like I told you. I promised y'all on this show last week that Adrian was going down. And boy, did he go down. What was the score? How much it went by?
About 80, think you put up 170 something points?
Something like that. 80, 90? I don't know. Anyway, good luck in League 2 next year.
Woof. Well, I was going to go ahead. I got to give a quick shout out to Mr. Ryder here. Congratulations on beating the defending champ. It was. I
don't know. I went to bed thinking I was still going to lose, and I woke up pleasantly surprised. So
yeah,
I'll take it where I can get it.
Yeah, I can't sit here. The biggest thing for me is I don't know how the Houston defense gives up 27 points and loses and still puts up 20 points as a team. It's insane. So hey, credit to you.
Ryder
did the job.
Every week, I look at everybody's lineups before it starts, right? And every week I see Ryder's lineup, and I'm like, I always see one or two things, and I'm like, why does he have? He must not have just changed his lineup yet. And this week it's always Stroud. I'm always like, why is he starting Stroud? But right. So he had Stroud in there, and then I saw he had Booty in there. Booty
worked.
Booty or Booty? I think it's Booty. I'm gonna go with Booty.
I think it's Booty.
Instead of David Montgomery. I said, what is he doing? He trying to lose? And somehow, some way, he always has the exact, as crazy as it sounds, lineup in there. I have no idea how. Congrats, I guess.
I've had a lot of turnover, a lot of trades this year. I'm just happy to be in the position I'm in this league. In my wife's league, for her work, I was 0-6.
Whoa.
And
hey, I'm 0-6 in my OG money league. Well, I'm not anymore. I got a win finally. My team is disgusting, and I can't understand how I suck as bad as I do. It's just like worst matchups possible each week.
Yeah, I've had some bad matchups there, bad beats, but I finally won this week, and it came against Kayla by 3 points.
Is that even legal?
She was just like, "Oh,
what do you want to say? I beat my wife." You know? Like,
oh my god, this show is terrible.
I don't beat my wife. If anything, I ask her for fantasy ideas because
it's Cleon. It's Rey Mysterio. I can't wait to go home, be my kids, and WWE.
Caleb, me and your husband apologize for our co-host tonight. I don't know what's wrong with them. I think he found the gummy store that I found when I went to Vegas.
I live in Colorado, man. I don't need to find the gummy store there.
I can walk down the street. Come on now.
I forgot you're in Colorado.
I could throw a rock and it's gonna land on a weed store, man. Anywho, the only other shout out I was gonna give before I give it to Ryder is I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Trader Joe's. This is really gonna sound like I'm high right now. Shout out to Trader Joe's. The Thanksgiving stuffing potato chips are back, and they are the best chips on the planet. If you like stuffing, they are delicious, and I highly recommend them.
What did you just say? Did you just say Thanksgiving stuffing potato chips?
Yeah,
that's worse than the damn sword.
Do you like stuffing on Thanksgiving?
On potato chips, bro?
It's flavoring. Yeah. If you like stuffing,
Man, let's
You gotta try the chips. I highly recommend them. All right, Ryder, go ahead and give us your shout out to close us out, since I've clearly gone too white for Cleon today. So.
I want to try those now. My shout out is A, to the Chicago Bears for giving me happiness, and B, please, for the love of all that is holy, if you have Hulu, watch Chad Powers. It is one of the
I've been meaning to start that. I haven't yet.
Funny.
I've been meaning to start it forever.
I want to hear what you think of it, Cleon, because it's honestly laugh out loud funny in the best, most awkward way. We just
I've
watched.
been meaning to start. I'm gonna start it soon.
It's a really funny show. It puts college football in a very interesting light. It's based in the South, so it puts some funny jokes in there about Southern politics, and that's where I'm going to leave it. It's a funny show.
Yeah, I've been meaning to check that out, and I also want to check out the show Task. I heard that on HBO Max is really good too. So completely different vibes, but
it gives me Ted Lasso, but like on an, I don't know if inappropriate level, but like not as heartwarming, if that makes sense.
Ted Lasso mixed with Blue Mountain State.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually a
graphic
really
at the bottom. Impressing me.
Also, shout out NBA is back. We got overtime on night 1. Let's go.
Hey, happy sports solstice on Sunday.
There you go. We'll end it with a positive. All right, guys. Well, I will be back tomorrow night, win or lose, with Den After Dark. Since I didn't do it this weekend because I was in Vegas, clearly at the gummy store.
Considering the cough, I thought it was a different kind of.
I mean, same store, realistically. Same store. No, that's just from losing my voice from the music festival. It's coming back. So, but it was a fun time. So, there you go. Doesn't always stay in Vegas, I guess. But vamos Orlando. We'll see you guys for Den After Dark tomorrow night after the game. And if there's more episodes to be had this year, they'll be had. We'll talk.
R.I.P.
Oh,
I thought he was going to pour it on the laptop.
He thought about it. All right, guys. Y'all have a good
one.
The
laptop needs to be taken out of its misery anyway.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Orlando Lions Den podcast. Don't forget to follow us at Orlando Lions Den on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next week in the Den.